Okay, I am here at Cars and Coffee, and I'm going to be passing out some things. Let's see how we do, folks. Let me get this over here. Good morning. How are you?
Good, thanks.
I'm here on free speech. This is what I'm passing out. And the earth is not a spinning ball. It's actually a flat surface. And we can prove that. You can look at that if you want. My information is on the back.
Thank you.
Would you like one? And there's 200 proofs video is where I got all the information. And then I went and tested it myself. Went to Wildwood and filmed Atlantic City, 32.6 miles away, and I got street lights at night. So there's no curvature. That's calculatable.
I like that one.
Okay? So yeah, if you watch the videos on the back, you type them in, then you'll see everything I got.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks. Hi there.
Great organization.
Can I interrupt for a second?
Sure.
This is my free speech issue, is the flat earth, and it actually is a flat surface. North Pole's in the middle. Antarctica is going around the outside edge. Captain James Cook logged 60,000 miles, but it's only 9,000 miles on the ball, so there's a big discrepancy. So you can look this up yourself, and on the back there's videos.
Okay, so this is a private event. You really don't belong here.
Yeah, it is a private event, I know.
I don't want that.
Yeah, and it's public ground. And even if it were, you don't charge to come in here, so I have free speech rights. See, people don't know the law. People don't know the law. Oh, I have a printout I can give you.
No, we'll let the law enforcement take care of it.
Are you going to call them?
I'm asking you to leave.
Okay, we'll call the law enforcement. Hi. Would you like one of my brochures? Okay. It's free speech. Earth is not a spinning ball. Hi guys.
How are you?
Earth's not a spinning ball. There's like 10 things in here you can think about.
I'm not interested.
Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Yeah, but I went to Wildwood and I filmed Atlantic City, 32.6 miles away, and there was no curve. It was like flat. I got street lights at night. How do you account for there not being any curvature?
I like curves. I like them in my cars and my women.
Yeah.
And my earth.
Well, you gotta think once in a while. Hi, would you like one? Okay. Hi, everybody. Can I interrupt for a second?
No, please.
No?
Let me know.
Okay. Hi guys, you ever hear of this? There's 10 things in here you could look at.
I think we're good.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. There's 10 things in here that you can look at and think about
All right.
to prove either the ball, or it's either flat or it's a ball.
Right.
So you got to think about it and look up the evidence and decide for yourself.
Yeah.
I say it's
How's
a ball.
that? You think it's a ball?
Sure.
Everybody, was raised to believe that. You together or you want your own?
You ever see the pictures from space?
They aren't pictures, they're computer generated images. Even the ones back
The
when I was
astronauts?
little and saw it on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never landed on the moon either.
Okay.
Never did. But if you look into it, you can decide for yourself.
All right, cool.
It is. It is. Hi guys, you ever hear of this?
What's that?
Did you ever hear of this topic? The flat earth? There's 10 things in here you can look up and think for yourself.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, there's evidence actually, but we aren't raised in the public school system to even think about these things. But they never taught you the curvature formula, did they, in school?
I never paid attention.
Not
gonna lie to you.
I didn't even go to school.
Yeah, well, I went to Wildwood and filmed Atlantic City, 32.6 miles away, and I got streetlights at night.
Wow.
So there's no curvature. And there's even, look, this is a famous photograph. 60 miles away, there's Chicago across Lake Michigan. There should be curve. It's not down.
Now, what do you get out of trying to prove this?
I'm not proving it. All I'm doing is pointing you to the evidence, and you got to think for yourself and
Yeah, but
decide
what,
for yourself.
What do you get out of caring
Well,
if the Earth is
I
flat
think
around?
I think the truth matters. See? Do you guys have kids?
No.
Okay,
Not that
well,
we know of.
Yeah.
when you
None that I take care of.
when you have kids, you want to know if they're your own.
Right.
There's
Well, that's
certain
easy.
things
You
that
can
truth
prove
matters.
That. You can just get a DNA test.
Well, didn't used to be able to. Truth
Now
matters.
you can. So.
Truth really
All right.
matters.
So you think the Earth is flat?
I know it is.
Okay. And what happens if it's round? What are you gonna do tomorrow?
because
they came
I-
out tomorrow and said we proved it. It's round.
No,
What are you
but
gonna
they've
do?
been saying
What are you
that
gonna
my
do,
whole
though?
life.
What are you gonna do though?
Well, I don't know.
You're gonna go to
but-
work tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
'cause
have
it doesn't affect your life at
I
all.
have to tell the truth wherever I go.
You don't know the truth.
I do know the
You don't
truth.
know the truth.
I filmed Atlantic City from Wildwood.
So?
I proved it myself.
All right. Well then, good job proving it.
Okay. Have a
Have a
good
good
day.
one.
Hi guys.
Yeah.
Hi. Can I just interrupt for a second?
Yeah.
I'm doing my free speech thing here.
Yeah,
And
we heard it though.
I think there's 10 things in here that you could really think about. It's really curious. It's a good study,
Yeah, we wrote
and you can think about it yourself.
And that's actually what happened between us.
Hi. This is my free speech thing.
Weren't you in Perkins?
Uh-huh.
You were trying to tell my son it was flat?
I'm all over the place. Just like shit hitting the fan or something. Yeah. So there's 10 things in here that'll really make you think.
Okay.
But I went to Wildwood and filmed Atlantic City, 32.6 miles away, and there was no curve. I got street lights at night. So there's no curvature. In order to have a ball, you got to have curvature.
Love
So
it.
we're not finding it.
Stinking Columbus, man.
No?
Don't make
And
fun
you
of
got
Italians.
Hey,
Me.
Columbus is a liar.
the thing is, who writes the textbooks? Who writes the textbooks?
Government.
Yeah. And who's telling us NASA? NASA's government.
Government.
Look into it, guys.
Thank you.
Hi, guys. Can I interrupt just for a second?
Surely.
Okay, this is my free speech thing. And I go out and I tell people that there's evidence for a flat plane and not a spinning ball like this that we've been told all our lives. Okay, for 61 years, I believed this spinning ball thing. Then, 2.5 years ago, I looked at one of these videos on the back, and you can have this, and you can look at it. And you can look at it. There's 10 things in there. And I watched the video called 200 Proofs, which is on the back of that thing. And I saw all this evidence. And then I went out and I filmed Atlantic City from Wildwood, 32.6 miles away. And Atlantic City should have been over the curve and down 681 feet. That's like a 68-story building. I got street lights at night. So what's going on here? It's no curve. Here's a very famous photograph, Chicago across 60 miles of Lake Michigan. Now, how come? 60 miles, that should be down 2,400 feet. That's like a 240-story building. So where's the curvature? You know, like that old woman, where's the beef? I'm saying, where's the curve? You know, that's what I'm saying.
So are they think that what's this worry about the curvature? Think the world's flat?
I do. I know it is.
Well, the astronauts saw it when they were up out in outer space, and it's actually.
Did you know government has technology long before they show it to us? Do you know that? Okay, so they had all these computer-generated images, and they even admit it today that they put these things together. It's not real. It's not real.
Interesting.
It is. They make it up. NASA's just a propaganda machine.
I'm not gonna dispute that. I don't
You
believe
can
everything.
decide for yourself.
I'm gonna go look at this. And
I want to know what
Right
about
here.
that sold you. Besides the fact that you took a picture of Wildwood, I want to know what about watching that made you reconsider everything you thought you knew.
You can see the horizon. You can see the curvatures of the world.
Well, you have a limit of your vision. You can only see so far. And if you see a circle, you say in your mind, that must be the curvature, but it's not, because it's all at your eye level. Horizon, you go in an airplane, horizon's up here, it's not down there. Horizon's always at your eye level. That proves it's the planes, the two planes coming together, the sky and the ground. It's called perspective. Do I have that on here? I don't have perspective. I had it on my other banners, but it's on here. You type in one of those videos right there, and you'll see 200 proofs, 200 of these pictures, and then you'll be able to think about that and look it up for yourself.
Again, you haven't answered my question.
What was it? What was the one thing?
What about watching that made you reconsider or
Well,
question everything that you
I know
thought
the
you
government lies.
Well, we all know that. That's
Well,
not
okay,
news.
so if you know the government lies, why wouldn't you think, well, let me just check into this? Because I want to be smart and know the truth.
Well, have you considered the source of your information?
Well,
you know
I'm
something,
not
I don't believe
disputing.
that, because when I was in the Air Force on jet mechanics, we'd go fly in the fighter trainers, and you always saw a curvature of the Earth.
You saw a circle, but you did not see it go down, and the horizon was always at your eye level, no matter how high you went. Did you fly?
Yeah,
You
I
were in
wasn't
the
a
plane.
pilot, but I would go up with the pilot
Okay.
once in a while.
Well, sometimes if you look at a commercial plane and the windows are curved, it kind of distorts it a little bit. But if you're looking out the cockpit, like we have videos of 747 pilots taking videos, and it's right up here, the horizon. It doesn't go down.
So if it's flat, then where the hell's the edge?
Well, Antarctica. They cut this open. You cut open the bottom of the ball and smash it down. That's how it goes. North Pole's in the middle. Antarctica goes all the way around the outside edge. 60,000 miles. That's what Captain James Cook logged in 1755 in his journal. I think it's worth a look. You don't have to accept it.
No,
Just
it
look
don't-
at
it doesn't
look at
make
the
sense.
evidence.
It doesn't make sense for the world to be flat.
It doesn't make sense, but it is, because it's not a Big Bang that got everything here either. You'll figure that one out. It's not Big Bang. You're the only one who didn't take it.
Yeah,
Because I'm asking questions.
Okay.
You have free
Right.
speech,
Well,
and I
there's
have free
the-
speech.
there you-
But I'm not talking to that. I'm talking to you.
Okay.
And who are the people who gave you or put this information out there and made it available and says this is actually the truth?
Okay. Well, they put the
And
information
why
out.
Why should I even give them the time of day to hear what they have to
Okay,
say?
because science, if you're scientifically minded, you cannot reject any evidence. And this is evidence. That is evidence right there.
Evidence can be
Sure.
distorted,
Yeah,
manipulated.
science,
Sure.
science isn't exact.
And the government does never do
It's
that.
Not just the government. Not just the government. Plenty of people manipulate things.
Right.
I mean,
So-
when you see a ship at sea and it sails over the horizon, you see it disappearing. If the world was flat, where
I
the
should
hell would it
always
go?
be able to see it.
Okay. If the world was flat,
You'd
it would
still
just.
be able to see it yet for miles and miles.
No, you
and miles.
wouldn't. No, you would not, because your eyes have limitations. You know railroad tracks? Did you ever look at railroad tracks? They go to a point. It's called the vanishing point. Well, with a horizon, like just without just the sea and the sky, it's called a vanishing line. They go into the vanishing line. That's what perspective is. It's how your eyes can see, and you have limitations.
Fair enough.
Now, do you ever drive in a fog?
Yep, all the time.
Okay,
Why?
so you can't see 10 feet in front of you, right?
Fair enough.
Moisture can occlude stuff. It can prevent you from seeing. So you stretch that moisture out and it's not so condensed, then it occludes things. There's moisture in the atmosphere. I'm telling you, you're still the only one that didn't take it.
No, I'm hearing you.
Well, you know,
There's
the
a lot of
71 Blackbird is one of the, still it was built in the 50s.
Right, still one of the fastest and
it's
highest.
still classified, the speed and the height and everything. And they flew around the world in record time you wouldn't believe, you know?
Guess what? Okay, here's my compass. Now, say he's the North Pole, okay? I'm following my compass, pointing north. I'm circumnavigating him. I'm circumnavigating. Both of you. I'm circumnavigating, right? I just went around the world, pointing at the North Pole. Here's the North Pole. You go around the world. And that's how the sun and the moon move.
Well,
they
now,
are
how
not
about-
distant. The sun and the moon, the sun is about 10 miles away. I say 10 miles. And it's small and it's a filament. Did you ever listen to Tesla? Ever look at Tesla's work?
Yeah.
Okay, there's free flowing electricity up there. The sun and the moon are filaments. Like the sun is like the anode, moon is cathode. Moon has different light than the sun. Moon has putrefying cold light. Moon light is colder than moon shade. It's the opposite of the sun.
If the world is flat, where does it end at?
Antarctica. Now, what's beyond that?
Then what happens when you get to
I
the
have
end?
no idea.
Fall off?
But I'll tell you who you could ask. John Kerry, because last year Senator John Kerry flew down to Antarctica and flew in 300 miles from the edge, the coast.
I can't accept that. I'm
You
sorry.
can't, I know, it's really tough.
No, because
It's tough to think of that because it takes a real intelligent mind to let go of everything you've been taught.
So
it
where's
doesn't
the,
and-
make sense
and
for the world to be
rethink.
flat.
where's the rest of the planets, or alleged planets?
Everything is within the dome. Everything.
Well, if the world's flat, you're going to come to an end.
Yeah. And the
So what
government's
happens
not
then?
telling us.
Where's the end at?
There's something called the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. And 53 countries signed on to that.
How about all the other planets? Are they flat too?
You didn't let me finish my answer. But 53 countries signed on to the Antarctic Treaty to prevent anybody from going there and free exploring. We're not allowed to. It's militarily protected and controlled.
Because it's at the end of the world? No, that's not the reason. I know guys who were stationed out there. And,
Yeah.
yeah,
And how
it's
far
not-
do they get out of their little encampment? They don't. It's going to take a
Well,
while.
I mean, it's
It takes a
interesting.
couple of months to even think about this. Can I entertain anyone here with this? Okay. Would you like one? No? Would you like one of my brochures? Consider that the Earth is a flat plane and not a spinning ball. That's what I'm here to tell people about.
Have you talked to her yet?
Have I talked to her?
Hi.
How you
I'm
doing?
Trevor's girlfriend, Jen.
Oh, hello. I don't
Nice
know.
to meet you.
Hi. What, did you ever hear this?
It's all true.
Oh, Earth is flat, they lied to you. Oh.
Yeah, I have a brochure that you can look up. There's 10 things in there you can think about.
Yeah, well, no, that's interesting.
It's
Thank
very
you.
interesting.
Thank
If you study it, you get smarter just for looking at it.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll take a
Because
look.
it challenges a lot of things.
I will take a look.
It says the iPad in it too.
Hey, did you call the cops? What'd they say?
They're on their way.
Are they?
Yeah, you want
Yeah, and the check's in the mail, right?
So it rolled off.
Yeah. Hey, this isn't my first rodeo, you know. Okay, now let's see. That was for not finding this place. I'm going to talk to you in a minute. Okay, get in. Okay. All right, now I'm going to talk in my thing here. Okie dokie. All right. So that was very successful for a very short little video. And you heard what they all said. I think I got a couple of people really thinking, which is good. That's all I want, is people to start thinking. Oh, I can't go that way. Okay, so let me just talk to you a little bit. I'm getting some things together. Tomorrow should be a very interesting day. I'm going to go down to the courthouse in Montgomery County and see what's going on with the Board of Elections. This has something to do with where I vote. And so you will see. There's a girl on a bike. Okay. So see, you can do a lot in just a little bit of time. And you know, they all want to just, tell you to get out and go away. And I guess, because they are uneducated, that they think that somehow this information is going to harm people, and or it's going to taint their event. That their event is going to be harmed by someone having information that is out of the ordinary. And I understand that. And yesterday I tried to explain that I don't have to be in the middle of things. I can be on the side. Anybody who wants to see can see. But people are not used to free speech. And this is a very important topic. And people don't understand. So they're going to fear what they don't understand. So that is what you have to understand. That's what you have to know, is when you're going into a situation, you should really seek out the organizers of the event, tell them what you're doing, and tell them that you're not going to be obnoxious, you're not going to try to upset anyone. You just want to show them and they can decide for themselves. And that is what you have to do. Try and put people at ease. And you got to get out there, though. You've got to get out there. Like those, I stopped, before I went to this event, I went to the other side of the high school and I couldn't find this event right away. And there was a church that was meeting in the high school. Isn't that interesting? So, it's at New Hope Community Church. So anyway, I turned around, I said, I'm going to go back there and ask those guys if they know where it is. And then I took some brochures and I gave them the ones from Nathan Roberts, and I showed it to him. And I said, you know, here's 240 Bible verses. Well, I guess he's got only 200. And I gave 2 sets out, the scientific and the Bible one. And, oh, now there's a little flea market. There doesn't seem to be a lot of people there, so I'm not going to stop. But, so any opportunity you have like that, you present the information, and you have to know they're going to reject it. You just go in there knowing that they're going to reject it. If you can get them to just take the paper, that is a victory. Just get them to take the paper because they're afraid of it. And when they get home and they reach in their pocket, you know, taking their coat off or whatever, they'll see the paper and they'll go, what? Oh, well, what, you know, they'll sit down maybe and look at it and say, this is just craziness. Or, you know, maybe they'll just stick it someplace and then a month or 2 later, they'll come across it again. See, their mind needs time to process. Our minds are like a little computer, and we need time to process information. And when you first hear it, it really is scary. And so if you leave it in your mind for a little while and you realize it's not going to hurt you, then you're not afraid to look at it. Did you hear what I just said? When you are processing information, just let it in there, walk away from it, go do something else, and you realize that you didn't die, you weren't hurt by it, then it won't hurt you, and then you can look at it again. People are very emotional, and they react, and they fear things. So just learn about that, realize that, and then you'll learn how to talk to people differently. That's really something. I've learned a lot about how to talk to people and, you know, getting them to calm down. And I always say, well, you don't have to accept this. You just look at it. You don't have to accept it. But once they look at it, they can't help but question it. So that's what's really important, is just get them to question what's going on. And that the group of 3 men, the first guy took the brochure right away. Oh, this is interesting. I'll look right at it. And the second guy, he took one on the left. He took one, but he kind of rolled it up in his pocket, you know, and he was like really struggling with it. And the third guy, he wouldn't take it and wouldn't. I think, you know, either he liked talking to me, he liked hearing me say these things, he wanted to know what I knew, he wanted to know if I was educated on the subject, and that's fine, because he finally did take it. So he did take the paper, and that's a victory. So there you go. There you have it. All right, guys, I'm so glad you came along with me today again, and have a good afternoon. It's a nice, crisp Sunday morning here. All right, love you, bye.